Como estas, mein Bruders und meine Schwesters? Would you lend a simple Ornithmegalonyx a few minutes of your time to discuss the really cool animal that is Quetzalcoatlus? If yes, then you're an absolute gem. I hope you had a great Easter. Now, walk with me. I think Quetz is going to be an absolutely amazing animal. I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be so cool. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing just to see it fly around the map and be in the Isle, because we haven't really had Quetz in the Isle properly, at least. But my main concern comes down to its balance. Now, I'm not really a balance orientated guy, but in this case, I have a few concerns. First, let's talk about its weight. Quetz in real life weighed between 400 and 600 kg. In game, I think that'd be fine, but the problem arises when we look at animals around that size. We have Omni, Paki, Gali, and we'll chuck in Dilo for the sake of argument. Gali is 425 kg, Paki is 450 kg, Omni is 500 kg, and Dilo is at 700 kg. Based off Quetz's concept art, it'll be able to pick up galleys while flying, which is insane, but it's Quetz, so I'll allow it. My issue is, how do we make combat in this weight class fair for each species? Galley in theory could just run into the jungle. Paki though? Should a well-placed ram disable a fully grown Quetz? Or should a Quetz be able to tank the hit since it's Quetz? What about an Omni Pounce? Is that going to shred through a Quetz's health, seeing as they aren't too dissimilar in weight? A 700 kg Dilo probably bullies a Quetz on the ground, especially with clones. And I think people overestimate how strong Quetz is going to be. Its beak should do a lot of damage in my opinion, but it's not going to be the ground apex people think it's going to be. All things considered, it is a small tier, unless they drastically buff its weight. And what's a Quetz going to do if a Tenno tail slams it into the ground, or a Kano spam charges it, or two Omnis pounce it, or a Hera jumps on it? I think the best route to go down is to make Quetz a glass cannon. High damage on its peck, but not enough health where it can tank multiple attacks from animals over a ton, because at the end of the day, it is a pterosaur. Or maybe if it does high bleed, and has a pickup and then drop attack up to 500 kg, then I think that's a cool way to go with it. But either way, if Quetz is around 600 kg, I don't want it to drastically outscale the animals around its size, because then that's just harmful to the animals around it. But then again, if it is around 600 kg, then it gets dropped by a Paki ram and one tap pinned by two Omnis. So I guess that's fair? Kinda? When I've spoken to some people about this, they assume Quetz is going to be 800 kg up to potentially 1 ton. Now, I don't know how I feel about multiple 1 ton Quetzes flying around like fighter jets, but the Isle devs do work in mysterious ways. One thing I am interested in is seeing how Quetz flies differently to Pteranodon. I assume Quetz will be faster, being able to cover greater distances quicker, whilst being less agile, and I do really hope Quetz won't shoot the Pteranodon population to the ground. Hopefully, the current Pteranodon rework will help that, and it does seem like the devs are making Pteranodon mini Quetz by making it more land-based, but unless they buff Pteranodon's land speed, agility, and damage, I can't see them making Terra too good on land, especially in comparison to the terrestrial animals that are on its diet, like Bipe, Troodon, and Hypsy. Actually, since Bipe and Troodon shred current Terra, I don't know what the devs were thinking leaving Pteranodon unequipped to hunt these animals for over 2 years. What I hope comes with the Pteranodon changes is Pteranodon being able to dive, because with the current Pteranodon, if you fall into the water, you are an awfully slow swimmer. You are a sitting duck. For a mostly pesciferous animal, this doesn't make too much sense, and please devs, make Pteranodon's stamina drain and regen less painful. I know you guys don't like the ability of flight, I know, but please man, if they dare give Quetz the same treatment, I just know the Discord is going to erupt. I just know it. It's going to be 2025, it's going to be another Isle dev controversy. The Reddit's going to go crazy. The Discord's going to be popping off. It's going to be cinema. It's going to be cinema. And I still remember when I said in the Discord as a joke, Quetz should have a 7-minute stamina regen time. And some people agreed with me. That day I lost my sanity. You know what I did, right? After those people agreed with me, I sat in my full body length mirror. I just sat and looked in the mirror. I just looked at myself for an hour, dead faced, not even saying a word. I'm like, what's going on? Is this the alternate universe? The parallel dimension? I've been playing Pteranodon on Live Branch a lot recently, and it's stamina regen. If you are hungry, it's stamina regen time, which is like minimum 4 minutes, 10 seconds, depending on your diet. That's on a good day. That's with good diet, bear in mind. If you're hungry as a Pteranodon, waiting from 0 stamina to full stamina, that could be the difference between surviving and starving out. Because it just takes so long. Imagine if it actually was 7 minutes on a Quetz. Your stamina regen is 7 minutes. You find a body. You're happy, you're excited. You go to the body as a full-grown 600 kg Quetz. You start eating, and then a Ceratosaurus pulls up. What are you gonna do? You know, you're a Quetz. The Cerato's just gonna bully you off the corpse. Even a Carno. Even two Omnis pull up. You're cooked. You're cooked. Unless Quetz is gonna be able to do insane bleed or insane damage with its peg, and is somehow going to be like agile on land to the point where it can maneuver fighting like these like physically smaller animals. But we'll see. That's a good point, actually. In exchange for aerial agility, I think it really should be really agile on land for what it is, because if we want Quetz to functionally be what it was in real life, or what it is perceived to be in other games, I think it does need to have abilities that make it feel at home on land. Now, I do still think, for the most part, Quetz will get bullied on land in comparison to even the current terrestrial roster. I do think it will get bullied for the most part in a 1v1. But still, hopefully the devs give it what it needs to survive well on land, and hopefully they don't mess up its flying. I don't think they will, but I just hope they don't. Also, what I want to see is Pteranodon and Quetz interacting. One way we could do this is if the devs make or allow both Pteranodon and Quetz to eat rotting flesh. I want both of these animals to be scavengers. I think that'd be so cool. Why can't Pteranodon eat from bodies or just scavenge rotten flesh? I think that'd be so cool. You know, allow Quetz to do that. You know, as a Quetz, you could be in a pack of Pteranodons, eating a dead Tenno, and then a Quetz swoops down, scares you off. I think that'd be so cool. If you've watched this far of me just rambling, I do really appreciate it. You are a gem. I hope you had a great Easter. But one last thing to wrap up this video. Now, this is a question to the men who are watching this video. Ladies, if you want to join in, feel free. But I made a poll on my community tab yesterday, and I asked, would 100 unarmed men, the average guy, right, 100, me, you, 98 other guys, versus unarmed, versus one silverback gorilla, who is winning? Now, the poll is saying 100 men, majority, are going to win. I'm sorry, right? If me, you, and the people around us are fighting this silverback, we are cooked. I'm not going first. Mate, the first guy, if we all get hyped up, we're like, oh yeah, let's gang up on this silverback. The first guy who gets ripped to shreds, mentally, we're cooked. Imagine seeing the guy next to you get ripped to shreds by this gorilla. I ain't going next. Mate, guys, I'll happily be the 100th man. A gorilla can, like, move, like, 2 tons, 3 tons. It has, like, 1,800 PSI bite force. Stronger bite force than a grizzly bear. Stronger bite force than a lion. Like, it's gonna be barreling through the crowd. Like Madara Uchiha versus the Shinobi Alliance. What are we gonna do? The first 20 guys, they're gone. One well-placed punch, or bite, or hit, or kick from a silverback gorilla is putting the average guy out of commission. I mean, that's putting me out of commission. I reckon, right, 99% of dog breeds in a 1v1, I'm taking them down. If I had to, right? I'll be injured, I'll be scarred, but I'm winning. Against a silverback? 100 guys? I'm cooked. We're cooked. Chat, me and you, we're cooked. How are we beating it? And like, it's not the sort of thing where, oh, you know, we can run around, we can like hide. Like, no. 100 of us versus one silverback. We can't run, we can't hide. No weapons. He's bloodlusted. We're bloodlusted, I guess. How are we winning? And the thing is, we can't dogpile it, because if all of 100s dogpile the gorilla, the guys at the bottom, they're dying too. Like, it's mutually assured destruction. Anyway, I mean, I've got too much free time, man. I've got too much free time. I've been thinking about this. The best strategy to take down a gorilla? I don't know. Put it in the comments. If you disagree with this video, put it in the comments. If you agree with this video, put it in the comments. If you want to talk about Quetz, you want to talk about taking on gorillas, taking on dogs, put it in the comments. Here's a hot take, actually, to finish the video, to finish off my rambling. I believe in a fight, right? Now, until one of us backs down, not to the death, until one of us backs down, I believe I could take on most bear species. I'm not talking grizzlies, I'm not talking black bears, I'm not talking sun bears, I'm not talking polar bears, I'm talking the majority of species that are smaller than a black bear. I reckon I could take them on into submission if I had to, or like scare them away. But even a black bear, I reckon I could scare that away. If I was like, I don't know, mate, I'm cooked, I'm cooked. Anyway, I love all of you guys. Have a great day. Hope you had a great Easter. If anyone's had any birthdays recently, I hope you had a great time, and I love you guys so much. Thank you for everything. We're past 7,000 subscribers. I didn't know this day would come, man. Anyway, I love you guys. Rex when? Rex soon, hopefully. Yeah. I'll see you then, guys. See you then.